Hey, what's up? Welcome back to Chalk Talks with Coach B. Here's a number for you, $60,000. That's what it looks like if you put $500 into the market every single month for 10 years. But here's the thing, the investor who just did that on a schedule without trying to be clever about timing, they almost always beat the person who sat on cash waiting for the perfect entry. Today, we're talking about dollar cost averaging, why it works, and when it actually fails. Drop a comment if you've ever tried to time the bottom and got burned, because I know I'm not the only one. Let's get into it. All right, so dollar cost averaging, DCA for short. Here's the one sentence version. You invest the same fixed dollar amount on the same schedule, no matter what the price is doing. That's it. You don't look at the chart. You don't wait for a dip. You don't hold back when things feel scary. You just buy on your schedule every time, like clockwork. And the reason it actually works is almost mathematical. When the price is low, your fixed $500 buys you more shares. When the price is high, it buys you fewer. So over time, you're naturally averaging down your cost per share without ever having to predict where the bottom is. Let me show you how that actually looks with some numbers. Say a stock is trading at $50 a share in month one. You put in $500, you get 10 shares. Month two, it pulls back to 40. You put in another 500, you get 12 and a half shares. Month three, it really sells off, drops to 25. You put in 500. Now you're getting 20 shares for the same money. Month four, it recovers to 40. You get 12 and a half shares. Month five, it's back to 50. You get 10 shares. So after 5 months, you put in $2,500 total. You own 65 shares. What's your average cost per share? Divide 2,500 by 65. That's about $38.46 a share. And right now the stock is at 50. You're already up, even though the price spent most of those months below where you started. That's the engine. You didn't time anything. You didn't need to call the bottom at 25. The math did the work for you because you stayed consistent. Now compare that to the person who was waiting for the perfect entry. They're sitting on cash in month two thinking, I'll wait for it to get cheaper. It hits 25 in month three, and they think it might go lower. By month five, it's back to 50, and they either missed it entirely or panic bought at the top. That story plays out every single market cycle, and I've seen it happen to smart people with real money on the line. So on the $60,000 example, $500 a month for 10 years, that's your total contribution. Depending on what the market did, your actual portfolio value on a broad index fund with average historical returns could be significantly higher than what you put in. The contributions compound, and DCA keeps you in the market during the stretches when everything feels wrong and most people are sitting on the sidelines. And honestly, the behavioral edge might be even bigger than the math. When you commit to a fixed schedule, you take the decision off the table. You're not checking the chart every morning trying to figure out if today is the right day. That emotional overhead, the anxiety, the second guessing, the regret, it costs people real money. DCA eliminates most of it. Now, I want to be straight with you about one thing. If you have a large amount of cash available right now, the pure math actually favors lump sum investing in a trending up market. Markets go up more often than they go down. So on average, putting it all in today beats spreading it over 12 months. But here's the catch. Most people aren't sitting on a lump sum. They're earning a paycheck and deploying a piece of it every month. For that reality, DCA isn't a compromise. It's the right tool. All right, let's talk about where DCA actually fails, because this is important. The strategy assumes you have a reason to believe in what you're buying. If a stock is dropping not because of normal market volatility, but because the company has serious problems, bad earnings, losing market share, management issues, then DCAing into it isn't disciplined investing. It's just catching a falling knife in slow motion. Say you're putting $500 a month into a company that's genuinely deteriorating. Month after month, lower and lower. You keep buying because the price looks cheap, but cheap relative to what it used to be and cheap as in a good value are two completely different things. DCA is not a substitute for doing your homework on the underlying asset. The schedule keeps you disciplined, but the thesis has to be there first. So where does DCA actually shine? Broad index funds, diversified ETFs, quality companies with real earnings where you have a long-term view and you understand what you own. Those are the situations where staying on schedule through the dips genuinely builds wealth. The biggest takeaway from today is this: consistency beats cleverness over long time horizons. You don't need to find the bottom. You don't need to be right on timing. You just need to show up on schedule, know what you own and why you own it, and let the math work in your favor. That's dollar cost averaging. Simple, boring, and for a lot of investors, genuinely powerful. If this helped, hit that like and subscribe, and drop a comment with what you want me to break down next. Good luck in the markets, no matter what stock you're into.